Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live today. So glad to see you all with us in the audience. I see a lot of people saying it's so great when we get to tune in live. So I guess it is a treat when you can catch the whole thing and you're available and ready to learn more about genealogy, DNA, family history. But even if you miss part of the session and you have to rewatch it, not a problem. We tape all of our Facebook Lives and they are all available for you all to watch afterwards on the MyHeritage Facebook page under the videos section. So even if you miss some, don't worry, you can rewatch. And even if you watch the whole thing, maybe you'll want to watch it again in order to catch up and just make sure that you really got everything out of the session. These Facebook Live sessions are just so useful, so helpful to all of our viewers. We get a lot of comments that they've been really helpful for everyone who has been spending more time at home this year. Even as it's spring and maybe people are spending more time outside, we hope that you're able to take some time during your week and learn a little bit from some fantastic experts. And today will be no different. We have a great session for you all today, so we're very, very excited about it. Today we will be speaking about deep nostalgia. If you haven't heard about it yet, then where have you been? Because it has turned into an internet sensation. Deep Nostalgia is a new feature released by MyHeritage, which animates your old family photos. So you can take a photo of an ancestor, of a family member, put it into the system, into Deep Nostalgia, and animate the photo, and you'll see them move as if they were right in front of you, blinking, moving their head a little. It really just brings them to life. It's such an exciting feature that we have just so enjoyed creating, but also so enjoyed seeing everybody's feedback for this feature. We've gotten comments from users who have said that it brought tears to their eyes after being able to see their loved ones again after not seeing them for many years, and just some really fantastic comments. It's been very touching to see. So for anyone who has tried the feature Deep Nostalgia, today, in order to win a complete plan on MyHeritage, leave us a comment in the comment section and tell us what you think about it. Tell us what you think about Deep Nostalgia, how it is, what kind of reactions you've gotten from family members if you've shown it to them, or what it meant to you to be able to see your ancestors animated and brought to life. So leave us a comment in the comment section. And we'd also like to see your examples. If you want to share a nice example with us of a photo that you have animated, please do. You can send it to us at stories@myheritage.com. I put the email address there on the bottom of the screen for a minute or two so you can see. So if you have a nice animation and you want to tell us the story behind it, the story behind the person in the photo, or what it means to you, please do, and you'll get a chance to win our draw today. So for the draw, we will be giving away a MyHeritage Complete Plan. This is the best plan that we have to offer on MyHeritage. It'll give you complete access to 13 billion historical records, unlimited family tree size, and unlimited access to all of our photo tools, which is what we'll be talking about today. So if you'd like unlimited access to Deep Nostalgia, now is your chance. You can enter our draw for today. So tell us either in the comment section what you think about the feature, how it's been for you, or as I said, you can email us to stories@myheritage.com, that email address on the bottom of the screen here, and send us a picture of your animation and the story behind it and what it means to you. So we look forward to seeing all your entries. It's really touched us all here at MyHeritage, everyone who works here, to see all the amazing feedback that has just poured in. So keep it coming. We'd love to see that. Now on to today's session. So today we have with us Thomas MacEntee. He is a genealogy superstar. We love having him here at MyHeritage for our Facebook Lives. He's been to a whole bunch with us, and every time it is just such a pleasure. He does such a thorough walkthrough of our features, of our tools and features. He knows MyHeritage better than we do. So let me introduce him to all of you and bring him on the screen here. Hello, Thomas.
Hey Esther, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited about this deep nostalgia thing. You have no idea. I've been like, it's like crack. I mean, seriously, I hate to say it that way, but I have been
It's
so hooked
addictive.
on this. It is addictive. It is. And I think that it means different things to different people. And I think that's what we need to get across. I mean, there are some people that don't like it, but there's some people where it is such a treasure to see their ancestor animated and come back to life. I am so excited about this.
Amazing. Yeah, I think exactly like you said. I think it depends on which photos you do it on. And I've
Right.
just been running family photos through it one by one just to see, how does this one look when I do it? And how
Yeah.
does this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
And so I think and each one kind of elicits different emotions. So I think that's just so interesting to see.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and start to share my screen if that's okay. And
Amazing.
I'm going to go into present mode and I'm going to get started. So
Oh,
everyone,
I don't see them now. I think they disappeared.
oh, sorry.
That's
Let's see.
okay.
Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can share it.
No problem. Okay, great. So let me just put that
Can you
up.
can you see these?
Yes, perfect. Now we can
Okay,
see you.
great. Thank you. And I will cut out to deep nostalgia in a few slides. So I want to thank everyone for being here. My name is Thomas MacEntee. I am from Chicago, where many are cold, but few are frozen. We are basking in some warm weather. It was 69 Fahrenheit here yesterday. I almost had to break out my three-piece bathing suit. Esther, do you know what that is? That's a two-piece bathing suit with a blindfold. So, but anyway, so we're here for, yeah, I know it's a laugh. So we're here for, how can you use this new deep nostalgia technology in your family history? So I want to go over this because I was so hooked when this came out. Now, I will make a confession. I knew about this technology about 3 months before it was announced. MyHeritage, Aaron Godfrey, and a few others asked me to do a test run on it. And I wasn't so sure about it. But now I am totally hooked. So, this is what we're talking about. I took my second great grandmother and someone I've never met. She died in 1932. She was an amazing woman. Her husband died. She came here in 1871 from Ireland. Her name is Bridget Farron. She married Matthew McGinnis. He died in an accident in 1899. She raised six girls in the Lower East Side of Manhattan during the early 1900s. I always think about it's amazing how she survived and how my great grandmother, her daughter, survived. So, just so you know, in terms of the technology, it is a brand new technology licensed by DID. It's a company that specializes in reenactment of video and learning. One thing that you may have seen recently, and I have to say, this was sort of a prep to get people used to what was going on. There's an amazing video out on YouTube that came out about February 12th, which is the birthday of Abraham Lincoln. I'm a Illinois boy, so I know that date. And they actually use this technology on Abraham Lincoln. So if you don't know it, go to YouTube, check it out. Uh, so I want to explain the technology because I'm a tech guy. They're using different video drivers. What they do is they take the set photo and they assume that there were certain ways that the person would turn, move their eyes, maybe move their mouth. You may think that it's a leap to do that, but I think it's within reason, actually. It's very, very accurate from what I found. I looked at some of the photos of my ancestors and I thought, oh no, they would not talk like that. But who am I to assume? So there are actually 10 different animation styles on my heritage. That's what you need to keep in mind. So, and the drivers, they guide the way that your ancestors going to blink, move their head. So I just want you to know that there's an assumption, a base assumption. You're not going to cover everything. If your ancestor had maybe a physical disability, I've had a few with issues with the eye, etc. It may not take account for that, but I really think that this is the closest thing that we can get to how our ancestors actually moved and acted. So I have one here. I cannot share it, but this is my second great grandmother, Bridget Farron. She was an amazing woman, as I said before. She was born in 1867, arrived in New York City about probably 1881, raised four girls with her husband in Lower East Side Manhattan. And I would not be here without her. So let's talk about the settings. This is really important. When you upload your photo, and that's what you have to do, you upload a photo to MyHeritage. It is free. All you have to do is set up a MyHeritage account, and you will see a default animation playing. So let me go ahead. So let me see if let's see if we can get there. If Esther, you can keep up with me. I hope you can see my animation for my great grandmother, second great grandmother. So this is what happened when I uploaded the photo. One thing you need to know, when you upload a photo, automatically it's going to do an enhancement. So that's part of the animation process. They're going to do an enhancement to make sure that you have the best possible photo. And then I can go over here to animate. And right here, I have several animations that I am using. It will default to certain animations. So how does that happen? Well, it's all based about how your ancestor's photo is situated. Not all photos are perfect for deep nostalgia. I will tell you that right now. I tried my great-grandmother Anna Henneberg and Francisca Presner, my second great-grandmother. And every time I uploaded her photo, it just didn't really fit well because it was the orientation of her photo. So this is really important. And I have never seen this woman animated before. That is the perfect part of what we were talking about. Let me go back to my photo. Sorry. There we go. Great. And the thing is, you can also switch between animation styles. That's what I wanted to show. So if you can show this, Esther, I want to go out to my, where are we? My heritage. And my photos. And here we are. So when you have animated the person, they're going to wind up down here. Also, the other thing I really, really want to tell you guys you need to do, please, is actually tag the people from your family tree. So if I go ahead and do this, Bridget Aaron, there it is. This really, really helps in terms of sharing this information. So I have the animate here. If I want to, it's right here. That's the animation. I can play the animation, but just so you know, you can always delete this information, this animation, if you want to. So let's go back to our slideshow.
Oh, I think we've lost your slides again.
Oh, sorry. Hold
That's
on.
okay.
Yeah, you know how it is with Be Live, so hold on.
No problem. I just wanted to tell everyone also that besides just from the My Photos section, you can do it from myheritage.com/deep nostalgia, and we'll put the link
Exactly.
in the comment section as well.
And that's
So,
what I was going to go to next.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Okay,
so,
great.
but I also want to make clear that you can always remove an animation if you're not comfortable with it. So you just go up to the menu and you go to the trash icon and you actually remove that animation. You are not stuck with it. So I want to talk a little bit about, and Esther and I have talked about this in length. Should you really use animation for your family photos? Some people are conflicted about this. Uh, I actually love the feature. You know why? Because I have these photos that are still. I don't know anything about this person. My second great grandmother, Bridget Farron, I never met. I have very few family stories, but if I can put flesh on the bones or skin on the bones, as I call it, I would love to be able to do this. So that's what I do. Also, I have to tell you, My Heritage Deep Nostalgia has hit the big time. If you haven't heard about it, it was on My Heritage, on CNN. Gilad Jafet, the CEO, was interviewed. It's been all over the tech blogs. All the millennials are using this to actually animate their ancestor photos. I think it's great. But what about the technology? I've heard some people say it is deep faking technology. If you don't know deep faking, what it is to take an image and make it do something that it never did. So you can take my great grandmother, possibly Bridget Farron, and advertise a product or have her say something that she never had. But that's not what we're talking about here. All we're talking about here at My Heritage with Deep Nostalgia is for you to actually animate that family photo and use it to share it with other people. So when I do share my photo that I've animated, I make it very clear to my family members and friends that this is not something bizarre. This is not deep faking. I am not trying to pass off something that never happened. I look at it as a chance to educate them. Hey, this is new technology. I have an old family photo. I have a chance to animate it. What do you think about it? Also, yeah, I would never take someone's photo. This is really important. I would never take someone's photo, maybe in a Facebook group, and then deep animate it, deep nostalgia, run it through the what I call the blender. I would never do that without first asking permission. That's really important to me. So I see this as an opportunity to educate that person on using deep nostalgia. I'm going to make sure that they can actually go ahead and do it themselves. This is actually the best link to use. And I love this link because, yeah, what it does, if I upload a photo, let me see if I can find something against my better judgment, genealogy, family photos. Oh my gosh, maybe I will take my great grandfather. And that is what I want. We want to encourage people to actually upload their photos and capture the magic of actually seeing that person in a new light. It may not be for everyone. It may be unsettling for some people. Also, you can see here it's going to take a while. Uh, I actually knew my great grandfather, but I never knew him as a 7-year-old boy with a Buster Brown photo. So I think this is really important. Go back to my slides. Also, you can always delete that photo. I just want you to know, if you're new to MyHeritage, you can always remove that photo. MyHeritage is not going to retain your photo, not going to keep it, not going to use it for other means, but it's really important. Also, if you're not sure about using MyHeritage, go to the basic post, and I found down here, beside the examples, this FAQ is really important. It tells you how they use the technology, why they're using it, what you can do and not do with the technology, how you want to go forward from this. So I think it's really important to do that. Let's see where I am. Also, how do you want to incorporate this stuff in your family history research? That's what I'm often asked about. So why is this important? Is this for me? Should I be using this? I personally would. And this is the number one reason. There are so many options to bring in new people. If I can bring in my millennial cousins, I'll tell you right now, I have 41 first cousins on my mother's side. They all have kids, and probably have about 200 or 300 cousins on that lower level. If I could bring these guys into genealogy using deep nostalgia, I'm going to do it. No problem. So the thing is, that's what you do. You select animation, you select share. Let me go ahead and do it with this one. So I have my different choices on animation. I don't know, Esther, if you're seeing this slide right here, but I can actually, there's always a default that MyHeritage Deep Nostalgia picks. I may actually want to use a different version, so you can actually go ahead and do this. It takes a while to process. There we are. The other thing that's nice is you can always download this animation to an MP4. It's usually about a 1 or 2 minute video, not too, let's see, where are we? There's not too much involved with it. Also, use the deep nostalgia link when you want to actually share it with people. This is the best way to share a photo. Let me show how it happens. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's do this one. I love this interface because it's also so social media friendly. So I'm uploading a photo of my second great grand aunt. She was killed when she was hit by a automobile in 1925. She was pressed against a wall in the Bronx, and she's always been a mystery to me. Here she is. I have never met her. So, but the thing is, when you animate it through this link, then you can go ahead and share it on Facebook, Twitter, share the link, etc. In my slides. So, the end. It's not for everyone. I will admit to that not everyone is going to embrace deep nostalgia. But this is my theory. If I can bring in a lot of the millennials, a lot of my younger generation to get involved in genealogy, to actually take over my research after 45 years, hey, I'm going to do it. No problem. So that's why I really like that. I'm going to close with, don't forget, there is free access to Irish Records starting tomorrow at MyHeritage. Irish Records on parade. And I am so psyched about this because I have so many Irish ancestors. I cannot wait to see what is available here. Also, here's the link, the direct link to the Irish Ancestor Records. And I want to let you know, you can always contact me with questions at highdefgen@gmail.com. I may take 2 or 3 days to get back to you because I usually get 300 or 400 emails a day. and I appreciate that. A little bit more about me and my ugly face. My mother always said I had a face made for radio and a voice made for print. And just a little push, if you do want some free cheat sheets, they're over here at genealogybargains.com. Esther, I am done.
Okay, thank you. That was such a good walkthrough of this new and exciting feature. So thank you for that. And wow, that was your grandmother or your great-grandmother?
Great grandmother, my second great grandmother. She was an amazing woman. I mean, her husband died in 1899 in Manhattan during he was a dig ditcher, and he did a whole thing collapsed on top of him in 1899. So
Wow.
she raised six girls on her own for like 10 years. She run a grocery store in Lower Manhattan. I mean, she's such an amazing woman, and I just don't know a lot about her. Yeah.
Wow, what a picture. So that was really amazing to see. Thank you for
Yeah.
those examples.
Sure.
I love seeing every user that has sent us examples, and you know, they tell us, oh, it really captures the sparkle in their eye. You know, that's really special. So of
Yeah.
course, not every photo is going to bring the same results.
No.
And I saw a few comments here that talked about the photo resolution. So that's right,
Yeah.
there is a minimum resolution. And if you have a very small photo, unfortunately, we won't be able to
Right.
animate it. So, and as Thomas was saying, we enhance every single photo using the photo enhancer to make it as clear as possible. And then on top of that, we do the animation. So what you're seeing is actually, it's even better quality. It's sharper than the original photo that you uploaded, which is really, really nice. So just
Right.
something to keep in mind there for everyone. And just one more thing that I saw before we get to a few questions. First of all, if anyone has questions, please do put them in the comments if you've got questions for Thomas. But Thomas, I saw one thing that we addressed here, and that was addressed here in the questions, which is about putting sound or voices to the.
Yeah, and that's a tricky one. I mean, basically, I'm going to go ahead and animate a photo of me. I will tell you, this is back when I was 20 years ago, when I was young and there was still dew on the blossom. But the thing is, you can always download the MP4 right here of the photo. Then you might want to use something like Camtasia or some other video editing software to add voice, to add background music, but you're going to have to do that separate from MyHeritage. Does that make sense, Esther?
Yeah, and you know, we've seen a lot of users that put music to it, and it's very nice.
Yeah.
We specifically don't do voices in order to prevent abuse of the feature, so that
Right.
there's no, as you were saying, you know, there's no recreating people who are still alive and adding, you know,
Right.
and while it is nice to see them, we can't really recreate their voice, so it's a little, so
Yeah. Yeah.
that's something that
I
we
mean,
don't
I have to
currently have.
say, I haven't dealt with the ethics of doing this type of work. I think that with MyHeritage being at the forefront of animating photos of people that have maybe you've never met, issues are gonna come up in terms of, do I feel comfortable doing this? Do I have a right to do this? But I really think that it adds so much to our family history research that I would rather have this technology than not have it. Does that make sense?
And I think even just reading the comments in the comment section, you could see how it's really helped people and give them just
Right.
a different perspective. I wanted to share, we actually had a Danish user who wrote to us this week, a user from Denmark, and she told us that she animated a picture of her grandmother, and she showed it to her mother who has Alzheimer's, and her mother doesn't remember her own mother, and she hasn't recognized her. But when she
Wow.
saw the animated version, she became very emotional and started crying, so this user wrote to us and just said, you don't know what it means to me, because you know, seeing a still photograph didn't
Yeah.
mean anything to her, but
Yeah.
seeing the face animated really
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
difference.
So Esther, I don't know if you know, but my mother had early onset Alzheimer's. It was age 59 for her. And I wish I had this tool back when she was suffering, because I could bring up these memories and she would remember them right away. So I think that's really valuable. Also, we've talked about adopted people that have never seen their birth parent in action. This
Mm-hmm.
is really a valuable tool. I mean, so what I'm trying to get across is it may not be for you. It may not work for you, but understand the technology is working for so many other people on MyHeritage.
Yeah, it's really really nice to see. I see a comment here from Glenda, and she says, "How much does it cost to join?" So I'll just explain that the Deep Nostalgia feature is unlimited for those with a complete plan on MyHeritage. We'll put a link to all the different plan options in the comments section so
Right.
you can take a look. There is a certain amount that you can animate for free, and then you'll be asked to upgrade. So
So for me, Esther, if I were like a new customer, this would be the price of admission. I would buy a complete package just to get this
Deep
feature.
Nostalgia.
I would. Yeah.
And you get so much more with it. It's not just the photo, it's Deep Nostalgia and MyHeritage in Color, which colorizes photos, and the
Right.
MyHeritage Photo Enhancer, and all the historical records on MyHeritage, and unlimited
Right.
family tree size. So really, the complete plan is quite a a complete package. But as you said, we see a lot of users who, this is the draw. They're coming to MyHeritage for the first time now for Deep Nostalgia, which is very exciting. And hopefully they'll stay with, do some genealogy and build their family tree from this.
So, Esther, I want to let people know that they're giving me a hard time over my green hair. So, I did this for St. Patrick's Day. I did this for the new records that are being released tomorrow on MyHeritage. Come on, guys. So, yeah,
we love it. We love seeing what color you'll come with at our
yeah,
Facebook Live.
yeah. So what are the other ways that people are using this deep nostalgia?
So we've seen a couple interesting uses actually, besides just ancestors' photos and families' photos. We've seen people who kind of wanted to animate their own childhood photos just to
Mhm.
see, just to reminisce about those days, and to show their family. That's been nice. We've seen people who have animated paintings. We saw,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the Mona Lisa, the girl with the pearl earring. We've seen
Hmm.
we've seen a lot of great paintings um, that have been animated. Basically, any image that has a face in it, we will detect. So there have been some great examples.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really fun to see. It's been all over social media, on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter,
CNN, yeah.
on the media, on the news. So it's just been. I see we have a comment here from Victor. He says, "Can we animate Thomas?"
Well, I already did that, so I think I already did that one of my other photos, so I won't do that again. So
So yeah, it's just been a very, very exciting feature and just so amazing to see. And I love these comments that are coming in. I'll just read a couple of them. We got, let's see, from Deanna, and she says, Deep Nostalgia has been a time machine. I've been able to meet my great grandmother who died at the age of 25. I never thought her image from 1919 would be able to come alive. It has brought me and my family so much joy.
and here I am animating me 20 years ago
Oh,
when I was young and pretty. So
let's see. I'll put it into the screen.
yeah,
Do you want to press play again?
sure.
Does it remind you of yourself, the mannerisms and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah. It's back when I was living in San Francisco in California. It brings back a lot of memories, actually. So Yeah.
It's a great one. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have seen users animate some of their own of photos of
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
But I think the most touching thing has been people who you can't really see in person anymore, which has been really, really nice. Um, let's see, we have Kelly. She wrote, "Deep nostalgia brought my great grandfather, George Ritchie, back to life. He is a man I never knew, but I feel closer to him after deep
Yes.
nostalgia."
Yes. Yes.
Just lovely. And Carol says, "Would love to use my heritage. I feel so connected to my ancestors, and being able to use deep nostalgia would be so wonderful to deepen that connection." And
Hmm.
that's it. I think that's it. That we lose that connection with our ancestors, and this is just another
Right.
way of helping us, get
Yeah.
that connection back.
And what I want to get across, Esther, is it's not perfect. It makes a lot of assumptions. It makes assumptions about how your ancestor would move. I have one ancestor with a physical disability, and it really didn't come across, to be honest, in the animation. So I decided not to use it because I actually met that person and I knew how they would move. But folks, this is a start. This is also a way to get your other relatives, your cousins, interested in genealogy, in family history. That's all it is. So it's never going to be perfect. Is that okay for me to say that, Esther?
Yes, and I think
Yeah,
that, it also really depends on the photo. There's
right.
photos that have a certain hat and it
Yeah,
won't,
yeah.
you know,
And
the
it's a
thing,
certain orientation. And my great
yeah,
grandmother, Anna Henneberg, I really tried to get her animated, and it just wouldn't work because of the way the photo was situated.
or sometimes if there's glasses, we've seen it
Right,
can, what else? If there's scratches in the photo. I mean, these are all problems that at My Heritage we hope to overcome in the future,
right.
of course, because photos are a big, there we've been concentrating a lot on photos at My Heritage,
Yeah,
and they're a very big, very important part of genealogy, and we've just been trying to make sure that we perfect the way that you're able to preserve and share your photos. So
right.
it's only going to get better, as Thomas says.
Right. And one of the photos that I've been trying, I don't know if you can see my screen or not. One of the
Yeah.
photos I've been trying to animate is the photo of my mother with her 10 siblings right here. And of course,
Wow.
they've got all these different faces. So the one thing that I have to actually say, I'm going to go back to a different version of this is one thing I'm finding on My Heritage. People are not tagging their photos. They're actually not tagging them with people that are in their tree. If you notice this, I should have, I'm going to tag this as my mother. Let me go ahead and do that. And it should be there. And so I want to go through and do that. But also, if I animate this photo, I'm going to have to pick which face to animate. And actually, that should be my mom right there, or similar. And it is a process, but I think that it adds more value to what you're doing for family history. Would you agree, Esther?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow. Look at
see
that.
this?
Such a special
Yeah,
picture.
I know. And the thing is, this is a clip of my mother I never would have seen. So I can go up here and download the MP4 right here and actually incorporate it in other stuff. I can change the animation right here if I don't like the way that the animation is situated. And it will take a few minutes, but it will give me a different perspective on her photo. She was number 6, Esther, out of 12 kids. So
Wow.
she was a big peacemaker. And I just love this feature. I really do.
Amazing. What a great example there.
Yeah.
What a nice example. And as you said about changing the drivers, the default animations. So
Yeah.
we do, based on calculations and the orientation of the head, we do choose the one that we think will be the best.
Right.
But of course, you can play around with it and see if there's one that you like better, to see if there's a different different movement patterns
Exactly.
that you'll like.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all about choices. And I hope people will check it out as much as they can. What is the limit on new users? How many photos can they animate?
I'm not exactly
I think
sure.
it's 5. I
I
think it's
think it's
5.
I think it's around 5
Yeah.
for new users, and that's animations. As Thomas was saying, if you upload a photo, let's say of your mother and her 11 siblings, so what we do is first we detect all the faces in the photo.
Right.
So we'll say, oh, we found all these different faces, and as Thomas said, you have to tag them and say this is this person and this is this person, and then you can choose to animate however many of the faces that you would like. So by clicking on each face, then you can animate them. Unfortunately, if a face isn't detected at this point,
Right.
there's no way to add them
Mhm.
because it's all based on algorithms, and we have to see that there is a face in the photo.
Right. Right. And I'm sure that the algorithms and, people need to realize that technology improves over time. I mean, we refine it. So this is just a good start. And if you're not happy with it, what I'm going to say, Esther, is come back. Come back. Try it again.
Try it and let us know what you think, and try it with different photos. As we said,
Yeah.
you might
Yeah.
try it the first time and it doesn't come out as good, but there are some photos that you look and it's captivating.
Yeah.
And to me, it's even when it's not my ancestors, when I see one that's done really well, it's just it can be enchanting, really. I think that's
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah. I've noticed on the MyHeritage blog, there have been some posts recently where I'm just amazed at the animation of ancestor photos.
And and a lot of these are just ones that our users are sending us. So as we said, just keep sending us your examples. We love seeing them and
Yeah.
seeing your ancestors come to life. So Thomas, should we give out a complete plan on MyHeritage
Yeah,
now?
let's do it. Let's do it. Who's going to be the winner?
Okay, so many
Winner,
options.
winner, winner, lobster dinner.
We've received so many options, so many great comments here. I see that a lot of our viewers have tried out Deep Nostalgia already and are enjoying the feature. For those of you who haven't, please check out the links in the comments and check it out. We'd love to hear your experiences afterwards as well. And we received a lot of really great comments.
Excellent.
So our winner today is Barbara Shirley. And congratulations, Barbara. Barbara wrote
Hey,
us.
Barbara.
She said, I visited my 89-year-old mom this past weekend, and I always bring her up to date on my research when I visit. We went into the site and animated her grandmother, who died at age 29 in 1903, and then her mother, and lastly, mom wanted to animate herself. What fun for our 4 generations of us ladies having a moment. Priceless. Thank you, MyHeritage. It was wonderful for my mother to see her grandmother animated. Just lovely. Thank you for sharing
That
that,
is
Barbara.
amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Barbara, now you have to do a mashup video of all four generations next to each other moving. That would be lovely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So congratulations, and we'll be in touch with you through private message to claim your complete plan, to claim your prize. Thank you everyone for watching today, for all your comments, for all your feedback. We love hearing it. We hope that you all enjoy this feature as much as we do. And Thomas, thank you so much for joining us and for
Thank
those
you.
examples.
Yeah.
And it's just so nice to see those pictures of your own family. Lovely.
Yeah. No, I think this is a big advance in the way that we can share our genealogy and family history with other family and friends and bring them into the fold. So I'm really excited about this technology.
Great. Thank you so much. And
Okay.
thank you for joining us.
Bye, everyone.